don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
All right, now look, I'm gonna start this off with a news story that didn't really trigger me, but stuff like this never surprised me at all. So I'm gonna begin this podcast episode with the Buffalo shooter. That Buffalo shooter walking to a grocery store, shot 10 black people. He didn't get shot by the police. When I instantly heard about this, I didn't feel anything. Number one, I don't even fucking know the people that got shot, but I kind of fell for them, but not really, because I know you people was like, how you not feel for the victims? I'm like, I don't fucking know them though. You know what I'm saying? But things like this, it never really surprised me. I mean, this country is racist as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It got some racial undertone, and fuck you if you believe that racism don't exist. You are delusional as hell. I swear. You are the same people that don't want racial theory to be taught in schools. I swear. So, I don't give a fuck about this shooter. I don't give a fuck about the story. It happened. And something inside me is telling me that this was orchestrated by the government to focus in on our emotions. They want us to feel pissed off or whatever for some odd reason. Or it's just, I don't know. It's very complicated to really think out loud on this situation, because if I speak my mind on this, and I'm going to give it to you straight, I might get hated on. You know, a lot of people turn to bitches and shit. They be like all emotional. But it is what it is. You know, all condolences go out to the people's families that lost their lives. They was just buying a loaf of bread at a grocery store, then some crazy ass white fucker shot them. You know what I'm saying? I just found out off a news article that this fucker is getting life in jail, or in prison, really, not jail. And I'm happy. And you know, this fucker had the audacity to say not guilty. I'm like, bitch. You know why he people say not guilty when they commit a crime? So they can plead insanity, so the sentence would be lesser. He was trying to invoke his white privilege. He said to the judge, I plead not guilty, so thinking the judge will go easy on him. In other words, I believe he's pleading the insanity rule. You know what I'm saying? So he wouldn't have to go to actual prison. He'd go to a mental hospital or whatever and get evaluated in like white suits and shit, and swallow some pills or whatnot. Anyway, so that's the that's the news that came from Buffalo. I got that news off Instagram, you know. And I was like, oh shit, another white fucker done killed black people because he don't like black people. Anyway. What's up, motherfuckers? Date is 5/16/2022. Welcome to What's It Talk About with Dray Jaymes. You can listen to me on Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and Spotify, excuse me. So here's the show. How y'all bitches doing, man? You know what? Me and my friend, he called me up saying that him and another partner of mine, up in the PlayStation chat, because we have chat party friends, right? You probably got them. And they had a little argument over some bullshit, and this was the topic of the argument: Superman versus Goku. Now, this is my perspective for who will win, Superman or Goku. It was based on a YouTube video when they displayed, what if Superman beat Goku or Goku beat Superman? Now, if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, you know who Goku is. Superman is a powerful being. You can't shoot him. His skin is like fucking Teflon to the 24 power, so nothing could penetrate Superman. X-ray vision. I think he got X-ray vision. Well, no, he got laser vision. He can fly in the air, supersonic speed. He's Superman. Then you got Goku. Now, I think that Goku will win this fight because if you know what Goku is, or excuse me, Kakarot, that's his Saiyan name. Superman don't even have a chance to defeat Goku. Once Goku gets in his Super Saiyan God mode, which is the blue version, that's the most potent power of his professional fighter atmosphere. Since he can fucking destroy a fucking world. And I think, let's just say, you know how the planet Krypton got destroyed? Goku can do that shit. He can fucking destroy a world, nigga. That bitch can fucking... Superman cannot beat Goku. Now, if you have anything that you can say against that, then by all means, I don't know if you can leave a comment. But email me, not email, Twitter me at Dray Jaymes. I think that's my Twitter handle. I think it is. Hold on, let me check. Because I check my Twitter, but I don't see, or I don't notice my at Dray Jaymes. At Dray Jaymes on Twitter. But it is what it is. And I thought about this real hard. I mean, I side with my friend that sided with that Goku would win against Superman, but shit, the Superman got one exploit. That's kryptonite. That's like a poison that when Superman get in touch to, for lack of a better word, it will weaken him. And then like his only source of regeneration is like sun rays or whatever. He fly next to the sun. He's energized like a solar panel, and then he's back to his strong shit again. Goku, on the other hand, he don't have no exploits. I don't think. Well, he do have one exploit. He's just very stupid. He's just very stupid. I swear. I mean, you can ask somebody else that follow Dragon Ball Z, and his decision making skills is like wow. Anyway, but fighting, no. I think not. Goku can fucking power drive Superman through a world, and then that world would explode with Superman inside. He would totally demolish Superman, dude. So that's all the thing I gotta say about that. But feel free to at me on Twitter at Dray Jaymes. Oh man, let me. Ooh, shit! I can hear the electricity from my vape on my mic. Anyway, I got another one. Krillin. You know what? It took me yesterday to figure out how the fuck I forget that Krillin ain't got no fucking nose. because I was playing Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and I was in the beginning of the part where you meet up with Cell, and Cell's like, "You look at Goku and your no-nose friend or what have you," and I was like, I looked at Krillin's face, I was like, he damn sure ain't got no fucking nose. But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. Krillin. Okay, what if Krillin died? No. What if Krillin fought Batman? I think Krillin is also a Saiyan. I'm not sure, but he sure is strong. He sure is a strong fighter. I think he's an Earthling, I'm not sure. Anyway, this is what I think. Krillin can beat Batman in a spontaneous fight. But Batman is so resourceful, he can study his enemies. He can study his enemies and see what kind of exploits he can do to actually fight over his foe. So that's why I feel about who will win that fight. You know, Batman is like the world's greatest detective. He's an awesome researcher. So he can actually study on the people that he's fighting, and then Batman will win that fight. I mean, Krillin, I don't think is like Goku. And Goku is very powerful. You said, I think he's even more, Goku is even more powerful than Vegeta. Because Vegeta, he can go and do his Super Saiyan, but he can't sustain it a long time. Like, I think Vegeta can go to his Super Saiyan Code 3. Code 3. His Super Saiyan 3, but he can't sustain it long enough because he becomes unstable. But, yeah, Krillin, I think, will lose that fight against Batman only if Batman allows himself to study his enemy. So, anyway, I got 2 news articles. I just looked this up in the car when I pull up because I'm home right now, as you can tell. Elden Ring. Elden Ring loses almost 90% of its concurrent players on Steam. Well, that's for the PC. So I'm thinking that, there was always problems on the PC portion of Elden Ring. Unless you have like the highest quality of components inside your tower. All right. Because I know one thing. I followed a guy on Twitch. His name was Tom. He's like McJuggerNuggets' cousin. McJuggerNuggets is a YouTuber that I used to watch. Well, yeah, I used to watch on occasion. I used to watch his show, the Psycho series back in the day, like 2014. I think it was a long ass series. But yeah, his cousin Tom, he built his PC like the latest gadgets. I swear, it's like the Intel M processor with a banger of a graphics card, like 2 terabytes of hard drive space, DDR5 RAM chips. I'm like, fucking A. So yeah, his computer can run some high-end games with no stuttering. I think if you can, I think if your computer is real decked out, you can play some fucking Elden Ring. Anyway, so here it is. Here's the article. Elden Ring launched to a great start, has been going strong for a long time, but losing players over time is inevitable, it seems. So Elden Ring took the world by storm when it was released, and despite already being almost 3 months old, the hype surrounding it has not slowed down. Elden Ring has been taken down from the spot of top-selling game on Steam, but the community is showing no signs of inactivity. Speed runs, no hit runs. No hit runs. You gotta be a fucker badass player not get hit when you play Elden Ring. I swear. Anyway, other runs of the like are almost a tradition surrounding From Software games. Another tradition is players making custom builds in their game to overcome various tough challenges or even increase the challenge for them. Elden Ring is no exception. In fact, Elden Ring is what has possibly nurtured this tradition the most, and this is what has kept the game going strong despite having launched back in February. Despite how a good game may be eventually, a time comes when it must hang over its cape. When Elden Ring is still going strong, having recently reached the milestone of more than 13 million copies of the game sold across the world, it is starting to show signs of declining interest from players, which can be seen from the game's statistics on the Steam storefront, according to SteamDB. As can be seen in the chart above, Elden Ring has had a steady decline in the number of concurrent players ever since it was released. Soon after launch, it reached its all-time concurrent player peak of 952,523 on Steam. However, it has already steady declined ever since, with the current number of concurrent players at the time of writing being 91,345. The number of the offer a more clear breakdown of Elden Ring players. The game saw the most amount of concurrent players in March, which fell sharply by 59.49% in April and further in May. Most factors may have contributed to both these values. Elden Ring has had a high amount of hype ever since its announcement, attracting many new entrants from Software games, with highly contributed to an all-time peak. As many played this game, a sizable amount must have dropped the game due to not being their taste of even being too difficult for them. Another fact is that many may have seen that the game had to offer and simply just stopped playing. Okay, so this, however, does not mean that the game is doing badly. The current amount of concurrent players is quite close to all-time 24-hour peak of 99,327, strengthening the belief that the game certainly still holds the attention of the significant amount of players. Much of this is owed to the insane amount of replayability and build variety that Elden Ring offers. With its great variety of bosses and enemies, many players have taken the challenges upon themselves to overcome, for which they get creative and use the game's mechanics to make all sorts of builds to overcome their challenges. Regardless of that, the game is a masterpiece, perhaps game of the year, and it seems player-based declines for such games is quite normal. The game also receives patches and fixes from time to time. It gets the community back. It tries to the changes with suspicious or expansions for the game in the future. The number of concurrent players could signify increase if and when they release that. However, it's completely up to it's completely up to From Software and Bandai Namco. I mean, to what I can include in that is basically, hold on, I gotta charge my phone up. It's basically that when you beat it, sometimes you give up on it. Or sometimes, like the article says, like when you beat the whole game or whatever, and you just want like replay it again and may focus on another build to see if you can, half at it. Once you complete another build, or start another build and then complete it. I heard that the final boss is very non-existent. I mean, it don't feel like a final boss in the Souls game. It felt like a fucking powder puff or whatever. But That's how I do when I do, play my games. It's like, once I beat it, it's like there is no replay. That if 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 it's a game that I like, once I beat the story, that's it. I will delete that shit off my fucking hard drive or my home screen. And it just sits in the cloud collecting digital dust. You know what I'm saying? Elden Ring is a good game, and it does have a following. But you did what you had to do, and then you move on to the next game. You know what I'm saying? Unless they create a DLC to continue the story off, and then you see a jump in players, that's replaying the game. So that's how I feel about that. There's another article that I want to read. Oh yes, yeah, it's wrestling. Oh my God, Jonathan Gresham from Ring of Honor, right? So Progress strips. This must be an Andy title. So Progress strips Jonathan Gresham of the Progress World Title. It better not be anything that he's black or some shit. Anyway, so Progress Wrestling issued the following press release announcing that their world champion Jonathan Gresham has been stripped of the title following the controversial ending to today's Chapter 134 No Mountain High Enough event. Full details. Okay. Where's the details at? Here it is. No, it's what the fuck is this? Oh, okay. Everything's in bold. Okay. Anyway, it says here, Sunday, 15th May, London, England. Progress Chapter 134, No Mountain High Enough, took place today at the Electric Ballroom in London and ended with the Progress Wrestling World Championship being declared vacant, as well as the fulfillment of one of the longest-held desires of the Progress hardcore fan base. This surprising turn of events came as a result of main event match between Progress World Champion Jonathan Gresham and fan favorite Gene Money. The stipulation of the match will see Money qualify for June's Super Strong Style 16 tournament if he were to defeat Gresham, with both men having not suffered a loss in Progress in 2022. Before the match, Gresham's longtime allies, League host Jim, attacked Money, leading to management inserting a stipulation that if Gresham was disqualified, he will be stripped of the Progress Championship. Oh wow! Shockingly, not only did Lyco's pair attack Money again, perhaps it was outside interference. Oh shit! So this is not real news. In the sport of professional wrestling, this is a work. It's a work. Somebody in the corner of Jonathan Gresham. I didn't even watch the show. I just saw it in my Google News feed. This is what happened. All right, because I'm well versed in professional wrestling. Somebody provided a run-in on a Gresham side. Then all of a sudden, just the stipulation from the authority on Progress said if anybody interferes on behalf of Jonathan Gresham drops the title. So it's just a work. I thought it was some real news here. I thought something happened. I thought it was going to be a suit. I thought it was going to be real. That shit is fake. That's a storyline. That's an angle. So anyway, that's all I got right now. Elden Ring fan base dwindles down. Perhaps some of the fan base of Elden Ring got fatigued by it, or they can do no more else with that game, and they decided to move on to the next one. I think they're ready for. I think they're waiting for a DLC to pop up. The fucking the Buffalo Shooter. I think his verdict. I mean, not verdict, but I think he could face up to life imprisonment But that dumbass said not guilty. I hope the judge is not stupid. I risk you have white criminals that get fucked by the long dick of the law in this one. I swear. And stop using your white privilege to get off of a crime. That's just fucking stupid. Anyway. So, okay, that's it from the May 16th edition of What's You Talking About with Dray Jaymes. You can find me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. Like, share, review. No, like, share. And yeah. Like and share this episode. This is your host, Dray Jaymes. Peace out.